Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It is Sunday the 2nd of August 2026. Yes, I cannot believe it's already August, and we are at the new Stirling bus interchange, which opened over 3 months ago at the end of April, which I cannot believe that either, that it's been that long. But we're back again today because they have now reopened the old interchange after it was refurbished and thus changed all the stands again. I don't know how this really coped for the last 3 months with only this, like during peak hour, because there's an absolutely insane amount of buses here. But now it'll be back to all normal with a lot of space. So we're going to go through the new stands and obviously check out the refurbished section over there with that bridge now open. I mean, that was open like a few days after in April, but I didn't film it in the original video, I'm pretty sure. So everything's been switched around again, and I guess we'll take a quick look through the stands here, which are 8 to 18, and then 1 to 7 are over on the old bridge now. So I don't really know what the stands were for the last 3 months off the top of my head, except for the stupid surf cat, but still, we can take a look at what they are now, and you can compare it to the previous video. So over there we have stand 8, which has 424 and 427, both one to Karnup, one to Warwick, of course, and the stand 9 is the 414 to Glendalough and the 428 to Warwick. Over here we have a dedicated stand, the highest numbered one, 18, just for school specials, although there is quite a few to Churchlands and that. While stand 10 over there is for the Mirror Book of 415, and then stand 17 and 16 here are set down only, which, if they can enter from that end of the interchange, is good then. It's very weird set down only though, right in the middle, like random middle numbered stands, nothing special about them, but... Then stand 15 over there we have 402 and 403 to the city. Stand 14 we have 422 to Scarborough, and stand 13 we have the 413, all by itself, even though that's only on weekdays a few times to Stirling Station. And here we are, Stirling Station, upcoming bus changes. Bus stands 1 to 7 will open. Many services will operate from different stands. So there are also some timetable changes coming into effect 2 weeks from now. I'm not sure why they didn't do it at the same time as the interchange opening, but mainly around this area. The first thing is that the 990 is actually going to have all Glendalough to Scarborough short trips fully withdrawn, which means peak frequency will now only be every 10 minutes instead of every 4 as it is at the moment, which is mainly because of the surf cat. Obviously, I said that this would happen ages ago, but they kind of just left it. But now they realize there's not that many passengers. Then the next thing is the 423 to Warwick via Hillary's is going to become every 30 minutes on Sundays, which is very good and definitely needed. As well as the 402 and 403 to the city becoming every 30 minutes, while the 404 is going to have even more services withdrawn, leaving only 3 on a weekday and 2 on a Saturday, which is very little. Slowly but surely that route's being withdrawn. That's the end of the interchange here. Stand 12, set down only, and stand 11 is 410 and 412 to Scarborough. This one's also train replacement. So yes, also 410, 412, they're actually going to reduce the amount of services running between Scarborough and Karnup. I said they go to Scarborough, but they go to Karnup, but they're going to reduce, even though that was the brand new thing. But not that many people using it, I guess. And also 422, they're actually removing that weird trip that only goes between Scarborough and Karnup. And also 15 is going to come every half an hour on Sunday. And yeah, I think that was about all. Was there one more? No, I think that was it. But very good to have some more routes becoming half hourly on Sunday. Eventually, I hope a lot more will, but anyway. So here we are at the back of the interchange now. You can actually walk all the way here and see both the new and the old bridge. There's a surf cat coming in. I don't think he was supposed to go there because they can just enter here now. The main good change about this is that the surf cat is no longer over there, because that was the dumbest thing, that it was on the where was it? It was on this side, and it had to loop. no, it was on that side, but they could only enter here. So I had to loop there, stop there, loop again, and then exit. But now the Surfcat is back on the old bridge, which means it's just a in and out kind of thing. I mean, I guess they can go in there as well. They just have two options. They can either enter there and drive through this bit and then turn here, or they can just enter the other light. But yeah, now you can actually walk to the end of this bridge here, cross this here, and come straight into the car park. This looks so different. Every time I'm here, this place looks completely different. Now it's like, yeah, it just like it's so weird. Straight into the car park, bike shelter here. It's so hard to believe that there used to be a freeway on-ramp here with that staircase that went over it. You would see that, I think, in my original Stirling Station video probably, but yeah, I just can't believe how much has changed. And now we have the old Interchange back up. They have completely resurfaced the road and put in all the new stands. So let's check them out here. The stands 7 and 6 are now also set down only. It's hard to believe that all the routes used to be just here. And yeah, that ramp, the temporary ramp's obviously gone there as well. And then we also have the circle routes back where they belong on this stand. Why is there a stop sign in front of the zebra crossing? A zebra crossing's purpose is that if there's a pedestrian, you stop, not just stop whatever. Although for some reason they're still having some sort of nightly closures of this, so I guess they're still not fully done, and they'll have to finish that soon. So here we have 998 to Galleria. Now they've actually got this new style of stand ever since the 360X, where they make it green like that to emphasize limited stops. But obviously they don't put it on here because every trip is limited stops, which that's now the only route that's not X that's limited stops always. Here's the crossing and the new bridge, which I never showed you, so I guess we'll go. I really don't get why there's stop signs. I mean, they look temporary, so that's good, but still. This is the bridge. Very much feels like Lakelands when you're up here. And speaking of Lakelands, we have another major thing to talk about in this video. Oh, look at that. I've never actually seen the view from here. Looks so good at the end of the platform. Karnup Station, yes, Karnup Station was just announced by Roger Cook to finally be built shortly. Because the Secret Harbour, one of the politicians from there resigned, and they have to replace them, and they have an election. And as part of the election, the Liberals promised that if they were elected in 2029 in the main state election, that they would build Karnup Station, because the promise was broken from the original Metronet plans. And now, of course, a few days later, Labour comes out and says, actually, we're building it before then. So construction is going to start in 2028, and that is going to be awesome. I guess Metronet is not fully finished yet. I guess we'll have a bit more of a talk about that in a moment. But right now, we're just going to finish looking at the interchange here. So stand 4 is the 999. Stand 3 is the brand new Surfcat stand. I can't believe how many times the Surfcat stand has moved since its introduction only like 9 months ago. It's had like 5 different stands by now. 2144 here. Yep. Also, they actually... Oh, what the hell? I swear I haven't seen the timetable like this before. That just looks so odd. Surfcat. Yeah, they didn't have a timetable before, so they've actually put the timetable up now, which is what I was just about to say, because they've actually also finally made a physical timetable with all the correct times, instead of just saying every 10 minutes, which was a lie anyway. And then we have stand 2 here for the Scarborough 421 and the 423, which is gonna in 2 weeks become half hourly, as I said, and we'll have to replace this again. And then we have this little extended section, by the looks of it, up the slope to stand 1, which is for the 425, which is also the connection every 15 minutes to Karnup on Sundays as well. And that's pretty much it. Now IKEA is actually right there, so the last remaining thing to do is to provide a proper pedestrian connection here, because right now you literally cannot walk there really, and you have to get a bus, even though that path is right there. So once they connect there, you can just walk right there and into the back entrance of IKEA, and it's going to be so much closer than it used to be when you had to walk all the way around. But here we are at this end of the interchange, and you can see the bridge there, and then also stand H right there. But if you want to go there, you'll have to walk all the way around because there's no zebra crossing here unless you want to trespass. So that's it. It looks completely different to how it used to, but now that it is finally in full operation, all 18 stands plus the layovers equals for 30 different bus bays, making it definitely the biggest bus interchange at any train station on the entire network. So just strange because it's not really that busy. Like, it's not like there's an absolutely insane amount of routes here, but it's still like that. Anyway, that's a quick look at the interchange with the Surfcat and all the buses, a lot of electric buses too. We actually are already up to 4160 or 4159 at least. I think that one ran the first bus out of here this morning on the 999. It's probably planned like that, to be honest, knowing the coordinator at Karnup. Yep, so many electric buses, even on a Sunday. Oh crap, the train's here. Yeah, we're gonna get on that C series now, I think. There's the Karnup short trip. Okay, sorry for the kind of rush look around, but that was the entire interchange. We don't really need to do more bus spotting than we already have. Yeah, but that's not the end of this video. Oh, I still have the Scarborough and the C series. Just because I haven't actually done any kind of real, proper, recent videos on the channel, I thought I might film a little bit of a journey, because I never do that on the channel anymore. And we're gonna head over here from Stirling Station over to Showgrounds Station, which is actually open this weekend. Actually, even on Thursday and Friday. And on Friday they also had a stadium event, so crazy busy. But that was because they have some sort of sewing club event at the Showgrounds, which is definitely not going to be a very busy event. So all the trains stopping for almost nothing. And of course I haven't been at Showgrounds for quite a while, although literally next month is September again already. I swear it always comes around so fast, and we're gonna have the Royal Show and the express trains on the Auckland line, which I guess I'll go film as well. But for the moment we're just gonna go take a look at a bit of an empty Showgrounds station. So while we do go there, I want to talk a little bit about a few things. So obviously the Australind as well. So we've got set 3 now with the full livery up, and it is coming into service at some point this month to reinstate the old timetable. So the previous video I made was of my first trip on the Australind once I returned from Sydney, and if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you do. Somehow that video has got only like a quarter of the views of the one where we were spotting the Australind, but that's okay. And also I mentioned in that video that I have enabled channel memberships for the channel now, which is a small thing you can do for only $3 a month. You can join and get all of YouTube's channel membership perks, which I might update the emojis and stuff eventually as well. In fact, if any of you have any good emojis I can use, you can put them up. You can send them to me on Discord or something, and then we might do something with that. And yeah, the other things are then you'll also have your name written on the screen at the end of the videos once I start putting those in as a channel member. Well, I guess I'll put it in this one as well. And you will also have access to members only videos that I may make, which that won't be too many because I don't really want to restrict too much content from the public, but there might be a few things, maybe things that are not directly related to the Transperth network, which I've already mentioned. One example is my volunteering at the Perth Electric Tramway Society in Whitman Park, and also any other kind of exploration things that I do, maybe just looking around suburbs instead of specifically trains and buses. So that's one other thing. But the main other perk will also be that you have early access to many videos, especially at the moment is the whole Sydney playlist, the whole Sydney collection, because I have over 30 videos that I filmed there, but they're not yet up in the lineup for the next videos to be posted. But I do just want to kind of get them off my computer and onto YouTube, so I thought, why not just do that, but then make them members only for the moment until they are ready to put into my like sequence of videos that I make. So if you want to get early access to see my trip there without going through the timeline of actually how it went, I'm just gonna put one up there probably every week like I normally would, but then eventually once they're ready I can just release them to the public once we're up to that stage, because we're still very far from it, considering I still have to put up my December East Coast trip videos and still a lot of Perth stuff as well, like the Cannington Station video and the Midland Station video is somehow still not done. I'm really sorry about that, but I do have a lot of other things going on and I'm very busy. All right. Might just get off here actually. Alright, here we are at Leederville Station. It's a bit crowded in the train, so I don't really want to talk too much. Because, like, seriously, we literally have 7.5 or even 5-minute frequency on the intersection of all the heritage lines, but the busiest Yanchep and Mandurah lines still only have 15-minute frequency on Sundays, on weekends, which is just crazy, but oh well. Anyway, that was just a little bit of a kind of channel update, because I'm just shocked by the fact that it's August and I still have this entire backlog of videos that I need to get up. And yeah, I've enabled the memberships and I just wanted to get it out there a bit more, other than mentioning it at the end of my Australind video. So that's that information there, and the Stirling Station. And yeah, so if you want to join that, obviously it's completely optional, but $3 a month for all these extra perks, and I'll add more in the future as well, I guess, because there are other perks you can do. But first we need to build a bit of a audience on there, and then we can do that. Now, just gonna walk to City West, or West Leederville. And the other thing to talk about, of course, is Karnup Station, which I already mentioned, but I just wanted to say a few more things. So obviously this Karnup Station was promised very early on, in fact all the way back in 2013 when the whole Metronet thing was first announced. Karnup was one of the first things to be mentioned as well, but then the whole thing kind of got replaced by the concept of Lakeland Station, which was then prioritized by the government of the time, and Lakelands got built instead, opened up in June 2023, and then Karnup was kind of just put to the side and completely ignored, and no one really mentioned it anymore. They opened Midland Station and called it the last Metronet project. And in that video I did put a little asterisk in the title, and in the description I wrote, Karnup Station, where are you? Because it's just such a shame that we still have such a massive gap in suburbs like Secret Harbour and Golden Bay, living so close to a train line, yet not having access. So that's why. But now, finally, after the Liberal government's little promise, they decided they might say something. Let me see what this... Oh, it's off. I just wanted to check because they've actually replaced that announcer as well with the AI one, and I want to see what it says now because it used to say something like no cats are scared. I don't even know what it said. I haven't even dealt with cats for so long. You know, I always think like cats are kind of the first interest you get as an enthusiast when you are first investigating a network. And that's very true. When I was little, cats were the main thing I was looking at. And I actually did know all the stop names off by heart. Now I don't anymore, even though they simplified them. And one of the first times I came to the city by myself, I rode all the cats, but now it's just like another minor part of the network. But oh yeah, the surf cat. I was gonna get the surf cat timetable. That's okay. Yeah. So that's that. And now with Karnup, finally, 2028 construction should start. I would assume they're aiming to finish it by 2029, because that's when the election is, and they wouldn't want Liberals, if they did win, to end up being the people opening the station on the day. So it will be interesting. I can't believe it's actually going to be 6 years after Lakelines, if it will be in 2029, when we'll be at Karnup Station. That seems like such a long time, even though when you think about it now, it's only like less than 3 years away. So, but before then, of course, we also have the ferries. Buses may turn right from left lane 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Somehow I've never seen that sign before. Yeah, we also have the ferries, which should be starting operation in December 2027, if all goes well with all the NIMBYism around Matilda Bay and Apple Cross and all that stuff. But yeah, that's the future of what else we have happening on the network anytime soon. And of course all the new signaling and higher frequencies and that kind of thing. Now Karnup Station would actually be the only station on the Mandurah line with an island platform outside of the freeway median, because they do already have the reserve there for it, which is definitely going to make it a very interesting station. And it's also going to have of course a lot of new bus connections as well, reducing that 574 being such a long route still, and servicing some more areas. And now I'm kind of thinking, should I wait until 2029 to re-attend the older stations challenge? Because I did say I'd do it after Metronet is done with all the stations, and now considering there's going to be another station in 2 years or 3 years, I'm like, maybe I should wait just a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm kind of not really into doing the challenges at the moment. I also never put up a 5,000 subscriber special, and now we're already past 6,000, even though I thought of the idea to do north to south by bus only, and I still will do it, but I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, that's basically it with Karnup Station. Just cool to get Metronet station number 24, and then what'll that be, 86 total stations, I think, maybe. Okay, hang on, let's calculate it. So we had 72 before any of Metronet. Airport line added 3, we had 75, and then Lakelines added 1, we had 76, and then Yanchep extension added 3 more, and we had 79, and then Ellenbrook added 5, we had 84, and then Thorney Coburn line added 2, we had 86, Byford made it 87, the removal of Welshpool made it back to 86. Okay, so 80, is that 86? Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Right, so 86 stations then, and then that'll make it 87. Okay. Yeah, lots of things happened over the last few years, and now not really that many things. But anyway, it's still exciting. So with that, we have now made it over to the Fremantle Airport lines, and we're gonna hop on a train over to Showgrounds Station just to see the emptiness that there is there. I should have gone in the underpass. Oh well. And then that'll kind of be it. I just wanted to give you all those updates for this video. Of course, one more thing I forgot to mention that's happening very soon is the opening of Bellevue Depot at the start of 2027, which means that we won't have any more of the entire Eastern Line's closures, because they will be able to run to Bayswater or even East Perth. So I think the last ever full Eastern Line closure will actually be in October. I think it's October 13th or whatever the Sunday is, 11th, I don't know. Well, Byford opened on October 12th, so it must be... I forgot how it works. But anyway, around that time, and then after that we won't have any more. And of course we have the articulated electric bus entering service this month as well. So 2 new transport vehicles entering service this month, both that and the new Australind. Now, here at City West, they still haven't actually changed the sign. They've actually changed a lot of the signs around the whole network to say Metronet, but surprisingly, like the station signs on the inner east lines are still all the Midland Line color, which is the one place they should be changing them to black instead of Midland itself at Success Hill, but oh well. And these signs still just say Transperth and only Fremantle Line, even though they should say airport as well, and the same on the other side. Yeah. So we'll get on the airport line service to Showgrounds Station. I do like this kind of vlog style video around our network, because usually any Perth videos are nowadays very structured, because I feel like you've already seen everything. But honestly, these kinds of videos probably would still get a lot of interest, because this is the kind of thing I do in other cities when I explore them for the first time, like recently in Sydney. But I think I should do a little bit of it here as well. So yeah, WS pattern. For the last 3 days we've been stopping there. Of course, in a month we're gonna have all the interest with the Royal Show again. Or maybe almost 2 months. But for now, we'll enjoy the empty station. I didn't even tag off because the system's just gonna think I went through Perth. Obviously using my phone because it's fully free on Sundays. For some reason, almost no one seems to know that, and I see them buying tickets with their phone to pay, and I'm like, bro, just tag in with your phone. It's free. Here are the blue City West signs. A rarity that you see, that they replaced them, but they left them in color, just like they opened the Ellenbrook line with the red signs. Yep, 4 minutes till our train. We'll just press the announcement button and then wait for it to come in.
The next train to Claremont departs in 4 minutes. The train stops all stations, including Showgrounds.
Yeah, every time they open Showgrounds, I just think like, oh, cool. It feels like a new station. Because I'm there so little, because it's closed so much. Alright, here's our train. Set 54. Hopefully a little quieter than usual, because it's, than the Fremantle train. Because as I said, 7.5 minute frequency here. So kind. Yes, let's go. How I missed the nice big B series windows thing. Any other train I go on, I always just say, nope, can't beat the width and height of the B series windows. You get such a good view compared to almost anything else. Honestly, I should film every single line in Perth like this, like I have for the other states, because after my whole Sydney collection, I actually will have filmed every Australian train line in full on the channel. Suburban line, I mean, but not the Perth ones, which is very, very odd, so very abnormal for This considering it's literally transport of Perth, so I guess that'll be the next thing to do, which gives me a few more videos to make after I get rid of my current backlog.
Please refrain from consuming food and drinks on the train. Your consideration for fellow passengers is appreciated.
Now, usually what I do when I get off at Leaderville is actually absolutely sprint to West Leaderville here, and then I manage to catch a train in front of the one I would have caught if I go to Perth. But right now I'm not really in a rush, so I just walked here anyway, and walked to City West, I mean, because it is a bit closer.
This is West Leaderville.
Still a lot of empty line here. Another one of the recent announcements was the construction of the station precincts, around 10 different stations on the network with the high density apartments. So this empty line here is certainly somewhere they could do that too, but I don't think it's part of the first list.
Next station, Subiaco.
Of course, I could have just taken the circle route to Shenton Park anyway, especially considering they have the UWA short trips to make it run every 15 minutes between Stirling and UWA, which I think those are pretty empty, but it's still kind of unfair that it's numbered as a high frequency route and not being one. Recently they fixed the 960 with that by removing the Mount Lawley trips, but we still have that and the 990 to Lansdale being kind of a lie in terms of the high frequency.
This is Subiaco.
And another one of the things that were recently announced was actually just there, Subiaco Station. They also said that's actually on the cards now for one of the first Fremantle Line stations to be extended to 6 cars, which I actually wasn't expecting, considering that's the hardest one to do, but I guess get the hardest one out of the way first, which means we're probably going to see quite some major shutdowns soon as well for that to be dealt with, but that's probably still a year or two away, because the first priorities are Claysbrook, Maylands and Meltham, and with those done and assuming enough rail cars, which at the moment is definitely not true, but once we do have enough, we should have 6 cars on the Ellenbrook line, skipping McIver and Mount Lawley only, and then they can stop at the rest of the stops. But we still need a lot of C-Series before that's true. And theoretically, they could then go to the extended Showgrounds Station and terminate there, and stop at West Leaderville as well, because that's already 6 car. But I guess that's kind of useless.
Shenton Park.
Yes, so certainly some videos like this on all the lines definitely on the cards sometime soon after my current situation is a bit more cleared up and I don't really know what to film anymore.
This is Shenton Park.
See, look, Metronet Shenton Park, bro. We literally changed all these. I mean, they don't even say the line name anymore next to them. And we have a super new electric bus there as well, 4153. Feels so odd seeing those here, but definitely a lot of change to the network since the Shenton Park that we knew 4 years ago. A series only mainly, and just some crappy 30-minute service on a Sunday with some diesel bus on the circle route. Now there's an electric bus every 15 minutes with Metronet and B series running to the airport from here. Like if someone told you that 10 years ago, you definitely wouldn't believe it. It's actually really been phenomenal change on our network. Also, of course, that bus-only bridge there as well. I'm surprised I never made any kind of video on that, because that's one of the few bus-only specific roads in Perth, along with that weird bit on the 511 route in Cardinia where it just cuts through a park. Karnup Station. And then the very short section to Lock Street, and another very short section to Showgrounds. See black signs here, like, I mean, that's fine though, because it is the shared section, but why has Subiaco not got them yet? But here they have, like, what made them decide that?
This is Karnup.
Alright, shortest section in the network.
Next station, Lock Street.
There we go. Is this Metronet? And of course this one still has blue signs. I really don't get what's making the decision of which signs they change. Both station signs and the platform signs, like... There's actually a few people here, even though it's only going 2 more stops today. Usually 1 stop.
This is Lock Street.
Yep, this one's still Transperth. Very faded sign, but I'm sure they'll come around to it very soon. And next stop, Showgrounds. Haven't got off here for probably almost a year yet again. Can't believe how quickly a year passes.
Next station, Showgrounds.
I'm very excited for the Ellenbrook Line 6 cars E-patterns to come back again. I do miss those. I guarantee you there's gonna be like no one getting off here, because I cannot believe they're making every single train stop for a sewing club event. I mean, no offense, but like, it's crazy what warrants the whole train station to open up. And of course, this is actually still a station with absolutely no indication of when the next train is anywhere on the platform. I think not the only station, at least some of them, at least the other ones have the little box. Yep, no one got off. See, I told you, literally no one, bro. Why would anyone be coming to this station today? Or, as a matter of fact, the last 4 days. He was stopping here on peak hour on Thursday and Friday. Imagine that, a packed train, and then you stop at this empty station. I mean, if there was an entrance to that side, then those people at those houses would use it, but there isn't, so who would use it then? Anyway, off goes the train just to terminate one more stop at Claremont. Now, I have done this exact same thing in the past once when they opened the station and decided to make just a little trains at Showgrounds video, but that was probably like 2 to 3 years ago already now. So I think we might just spot a few trains and then we're gonna end the video. It was just quite a random one, but nice to film a journey for once, Stirling to Showgrounds, and give you a bit of an update on everything happening on the channel at the moment. And explain to you the introduction of the channel memberships and explain to you my video situation, of course. So anything outdated to spot here that they forgot to change? Wait a second, yeah, there's actually no... Is there no ramp to the Perth bound platform? Well, I actually never realized that. What the hell? Oh, is he? No. Is that it? No, there isn't a ramp, is there? I don't... Oh no, they can open it up there. Oh yeah, here. Here it is, yeah. Yeah. This one. To platforms 1 and 3. No access to platform 2. I mean, you could just walk down the stairs, but yeah. Train tickets. Bro, what is this? When was the last time this little shed was used? That is such like an old thing. That's big, massive sign as well. Still not changed to Metronet, but imagine buying your Transperth train ticket from an actual booth like that. And then they have all these machines sitting out in the sun, which are probably not used at all. But it does seem like they've upgraded most things here. And actually you can literally just walk in here, and apparently there's some sort of buggy to take the elderly people over to the event. Oh, they actually did change this sign though, look at that. Metronet at Showgrounds. Eventually the whole network's gonna be rebranded. Oh, there's a Perth train. The whole train network's gonna become Metronet. And here we are. This is like the first time I'm ever walking in here, because why would I go to the scam that is the Royal Show? Absolutely insanely overpriced, but people do still go. I can't believe it's only a month again. Well, completely dead. Of course there's no one here right now. It's so easy to forget this place even exists. Alright, we'll just film one more train and then the video is long enough. Well, walking up the ramp. There goes the Fremantle train. There's actually 2 people on the platform now. Have I even ever walked up this ramp? Probably have, but I just don't remember. Oh my gosh. There's actually still a sign there for the train replacement bus. Look how faded that is. You can't even see it at all. Go straight, because it used to, if there was a disruption and an event at the same time, which happened last year during the Model Railway Show, which was so ironic that during the Model Railway Show the actual train didn't run, but they would have the bus actually come down here and loop around here and stop right here in this loop, which is literally the only thing this is for really, and then it would leave. But now it's just been fenced off over there, and I don't think they'll ever run it again, because if they didn't run it during that Model Railway Show, which would have been the most optimal time to run it, obviously the normal train replacement ran, but it didn't stop here. You had to go to Claremont, so I don't think they'll ever run it again. So that's like a completely useless bus directional sign. I mean, it's useless anyway, it just says go straight, but that's... I don't know why they stopped running it. Like, if there's an event, you should just run it. But yeah. Here we are. Not to mention Set 38 being retired. That's also another piece of very sad news, but yeah. How long is this platform? Like, it's not 6 cars, but it's clearly not 4. Or is it 6? No, I don't think so. It's like 5. It's a 5-car platform. Like, what the hell is the point of this extended section at the end here? You can see the other one ends right there. But man, it does look nice here. And we got the Claremont train. Alright, I'll call that enough for this video. I will link you to the other video I made, because I realized in the Showgrounds Station video itself, I actually did not film the trains on the platform. I just filmed them from the sides. And also realized there is actually an exit there. But again, barricaded off, probably never opened. Something they could consider doing as well, if they needed to, but I guess they don't. So yeah, if you want to see more trains here, go to that video. Stirling Station bus interchange complete. Lots of new announcements with Australind, electric articulated bus, Karnup station, and ferries obviously, and all that stuff. That's not new, but yep, all happening in the future. And with my channel as well, we've got East Coast videos, station videos to finish, Sydney videos to put up, channel memberships activated. There's your summary of everything I talked about on this little journey, and filming more journeys in the future on the Perth network. But thank you for watching. I will guess there may be a few other kind of, at the moment, vlog videos like this with all these events coming up, but otherwise I'll try to keep clearing what I have, including putting the Sydney videos up in the membership, so I don't have to worry about them in the future either. And yep, see you in the next one. Goodbye.